Yeah, you're Tim Pool. You're the fucking Trump guy.
California without having my skateboard. So I'm going to a skate shop that's just down this street. I'm gonna grab a board and then I'm gonna go to the park where the rioting happened last time and go skate and see if any of the locals will talk to me about what's coming on the 27th. First step, skateboard.
I don't consent to be filmed.
I'm filming skateboarding.
Yeah, you're Tim Pool. You're the fucking Trump guy. He's the guy that broadcasts shit to the Trump supporters. What are you shooting today?
I'm filming me skateboarding. I just went and bought a skateboard so I can do some tricks. So I was originally planning to go down to the park and talk to some people about what happened on the 15th, see if I could get a feel for what may or may not happen on the 27th when Ann Coulter was supposed to arrive. So, look, I went there just to skate. You know that I like to do little slow-mo skate clip montages in the opening of my videos sometimes. And these guys were pointing at me, and that's the stuff you just saw before this. They were accusing me of being like some Trump guy. They were saying there are warnings about you. After all that happened, one of the dudes, you know, I think he started texting his friends, and then I just went and skated, and some other dudes started showing up, and I could see them talking about me. They were like pointing over, they're saying stuff. You know, obviously one of them was accusing me of being like a Trump supporter. I guess they thought I was there to like film them or start something, I have no idea. One dude comes up to me and he asks me where he knows me from. And I told him, I don't know, I was like, maybe you saw me on Vice or you saw my YouTube stuff. And he's like, no, there's a warning about you. I heard you're a snitch. And I was like, dude, I'm a journalist. You know, I used to work for Fusion. I work for Vice. And he's like, yeah, okay. And he asked me what I was doing there, and I told him I just came to skate. I bought a skateboard. I wanted to get some clips, maybe talk to some people. And he was like, yeah, okay, man, that's cool. You know, look, I don't care if you are a Trump supporter. If you're here to skate, not cause anything, that's fine. You know, so just do your thing, and you should be all right. So these guys, you know, they started talking to me, and they were clearly pissed about what happened on the 15th. One dude got really, really mad and started yelling about how these people aren't from here, they're not from Berkeley. You know, they come here, they come into their home, and they start all this fighting, and then it makes everybody look bad. They blame Berkeley for being violent. And that's actually pretty true. You know, we know at least Louise Rosalma, the woman who got sucker punched, was from Thousand Oaks, California, which is near Los Angeles, and that a lot of the people who came to the rally came from all over the country. These dudes were pissed, and I mean, honestly, I could barely even get a word in because they kept, you know, just yelling at me about how pissed they were. One dude was saying that the only reason they come to Berkeley is because they can get away with it here, and they know that, you know, this stuff's going to happen, because if they go to Oakland or Richmond, they'll probably just get shot or stabbed or something, you know, something really bad will happen. I guess some of them didn't believe that I wasn't like a Trump supporter there to start some fight or something, I don't know. And so they asked me what side I was filming from, like who was I interviewing and stuff, and I told them I was live streaming. And they're like, yeah, for who? And I was like, dude, it's a live stream, it's just live. And then one guy was like, well, which side were you on? And I said, look, I'm not on anyone's side, but only Antifa, was sending me death threats, so I'm gonna avoid those people. And then I was like, look, man, nobody's innocent. And even those guys were like, yeah, we know everybody was acting up, and everybody had played their part, and there's responsibility to go all around for what happened. But when I tried explaining to them, like, look, man, Antifa was throwing explosives, they didn't believe it. They were like, no, I didn't see that. I was trying to figure out who it was. And I'm like, dude, watch my live stream. You can see the people throwing the M80s. And they were like, oh, well, I don't know about that. And then I said, look, man, there's a video where a guy has a bike lock. There's a guy on the ground on his knees with his hands in the air, and some dude sneaks up from behind out of the crowd and whacks him on the top of the head with a bike lock. That's a kill shot. That could kill somebody. And this guy's on his knees. And then they said to me, yeah, but which side was he on? And I was like, what do you mean, which side was he on? They said, the guy who got hit, was he a racist? And I'm like, I don't know. He's like a dude in a red shirt. That's it. He's just like some guy in jeans and a red shirt. And they're like, yeah, but I mean, was he a racist? And I was like, dude, I don't know. I mean, it's just some guy on his knees with his hands in the air, and someone from Antifa in all black smacked him in the top of the head with a bike lock. And they're like, yeah, but I mean, come on, man. Like, if he was on the side of the racists, then, And I said, dude, the guy's on his knees, like, pulling people's hands down with his hands up, trying to stop the fighting, and someone whacked him in the head. You don't hit anybody in the head when they're on their knees with their hands up. They're surrendering. That's crazy. They weren't having it. They were like, nah, And so they basically we got into like kind of an argument about whether or not that was okay. So here's where we're at right now. Earlier today, it was announced that Ann Coulter was canceling her event. In fact, some news organizations flat out said she did. The New York Times had it, Reuters had it, a lot of people were talking about it. But I guess what happened was that she was saying she may have to cancel her event. She doesn't know. We know that Berkeley had canceled the original date and then offered her another date in May. And apparently the student Republicans that had invited her put out a statement saying they couldn't guarantee her safety or theirs, and so they'd have to cancel the event as well, and that was forcing Ann to pull back. But then Gavin Mcinnes of The Rebel tweeted that the event is not canceled and that he will be talking with Lauren Southern, Faith Goldie, and Brittany Pettibone tomorrow. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if the event is still happening, but it sounds like there may be something happening here. I'm not 100% sure. What I will say is, it's getting kind of sad and scary that we're entering a world where people are struggling to express their opinion. That we may see a speaking event canceled simply because someone has the wrong opinion. Look, this all comes full circle. I've said this a million times, but if you ban one idea, eventually they will ban yours. If Ann Coulter is offensive, how long until UC Berkeley says, you know what, Bernie Sanders is offensive to conservatives, so we're not going to have him either? Eventually, no idea is allowed because everything is offensive. So I'm going to tie this back into the conversation I had yesterday about the ad crisis on YouTube. There are a lot of people who have built a following and made a living off of calling out things they find offensive. But what's the logical conclusion to all of that? Well, advertisers are eventually scared of being called out for this behavior, so they start pulling their ads off of anything that could be controversial. YouTube responds not by determining what is offensive, but by pulling ads off anything that's remotely political, negatively impacting the very same people who are critical of this offense culture, directly impacting their income. I don't want to get back into the ad stuff, but what I want to say is, I've said this a million times, I'm saying it again, when you take away someone's right to express their idea because it's offensive, eventually you will lose that right too. So tomorrow, something might go down. Maybe by the time this video is published, we already know what the plan is, but for now, it seems like at least something will happen. So stay tuned. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram for more content, breaking news. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos every single day. Comment below. Let me know what you think. I will be live streaming, so breaking news to come. Tomorrow, because of if there is breaking news, I might not have a regularly scheduled video. We'll find out, I suppose. So thank you all so much for watching. Again, stay tuned for more videos just like this every day. I'll see you then.